The Catholic Echo podcast is produced by the Communications Department of the Diocese of Youngstown, with support from the Annual Diocesan Appeal. Bishop David Bonner and members of our diocesan community discuss your burning spiritual questions. It can be found on CatholicEcho.org, Facebook, and YouTube. Your host is Dennis Biviano.
Hello and welcome to the Catholic Echo podcast. Joining me today is Paulina Montaldo, certainly a familiar face here in the Diocese of Youngstown and Mahoning Valley. She's a former journalist and current high school teacher at Ursuline High School, also works at YSU. Over the past year, she started a YouTube channel, SOMOS Youngstown, geared towards the Hispanic community in the region. Paulina, it's so great to finally sit down with you. I know we always see each other at events, but it's great to finally talk with you in person.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you for having me.
Sure. For those listeners getting to know you here, start off with a little bit about your background, where you're from.
I was born in Santiago, Chile. I kind of moved around because my father, who was also a journalist, and he was a diplomat for the Chilean embassy. So we lived many years in Ecuador, then Mexico, then back to Chile, and then I came here.
Was that always in the cards for you to become a journalist, you think, or anything else?
Absolutely. I mean, my father was a journalist, my grandfather was a journalist.
Wow.
So, I have no doubt. I always knew I was going to be a journalist.
You moved to the United States in 2001 after Chile, you said. Just paint a picture of what that was like, leaving your native homeland for the United States. Was it a culture shock for you?
Well, I was here a long time ago as a foreign exchange student in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and I lived with an American family who I still call mom and dad.
Okay.
So they had a business in Newcastle, and I used to come here on vacation to visit them. One time they say, why don't you explore life here and move here? And through their company, they sponsor a worker's visa, and that's how I came here.
Now, as a journalist, you said you were more of like a general assignment story. You love the human interest stories. Did your job allow you to travel at all, or were you sort of just in Chile reporting? And what kind of things were you reporting on?
Well, I did, like you said, many human interest stories in Chile. At the same time, I was a foreign press correspondent for Univision in Florida. From Chile, I reported. And then, yes, I did get to travel because since I was here as an exchange student, I became fluent in English, which helped me when I was a reporter. So, for example, they sent me a couple times to Washington, D.C. To do some stories on the International Development Bank. And one time they had a guest, a Nobel Prize, economics Nobel Prize, Amartya Sen from India. So from Chile, then sent me to Washington, D.C. to interview this Nobel Prize. So yes, I did.
Tell me about your decision to leave journalism.
I never wanted to, but when I moved here to the United States, I tried to go back to television, and it didn't work because of my accent, pretty much. I tried then to apply to work behind cameras, and it didn't work either. I applied, but no one called me. So to do a show, it was always in my mind, but finally came a reality last year in October. I thought, here we are.
Return years later, but first talk about teaching and what brought you to Youngstown State University.
So when I came here working in journalism, didn't work, then, what is the plan B? So I went back to college. I went to Geneva College, and I graduated with a master's in higher education administration with a concentration in college teaching. So that's when I started applying, and I applied to YSU. And in 2010, I started working for them teaching Spanish.
And that led eventually to Ursuline High School as well.
Exactly. So that was perfect because my YSU job was a part-time and still is. So Ursuline, it was great. I was looking, to be honest, I kept looking at the website of the Diocese of Youngstown because I wanted to teach at a Catholic school. And one day I opened and it was there, a post for Ursuline High School. And I thought this job is meant to be.
That's very similar to my experience leaving journalism as well. I saw this and I said, wow, that might be very interesting. It might be time for that career change that I've been wanting to do for some time. Exactly. Now, you teach Spanish. What's the best part of your job at Ursuline?
I have a lot of freedom and a lot of support, which is great. So I teach AP Spanish, mostly juniors or seniors, and we do pretty good. with the AP exam. And then, like 8 years ago, probably, I wanted to do broadcast class, and then I started with cell phones, just an after-school program, doing a news show for the school. And then, like 4 years ago now, Mr. San Martino said, well, if you're willing to do the class, then we'll buy a small TV studio for you. So I'm lucky to have that support.
And that takes us down to the present now. You started a YouTube channel, SOMOS Youngstown, in October 2024. Tell us a little bit about, first off, about the growing Hispanic population in the Valley and your YouTube channel.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think it's obvious how the Hispanic community had been growing. If you go to Youngstown City Schools, I don't remember right now the number, but it's like close to probably 1,000 students that they have. So I thought about the need of something in Spanish here because some people, their English, it's okay, but sometimes you feel better with your native language.
Yes.
And especially when it comes to services and things that you're not sure how to do. So if they can be explained in Spanish, even better. And also, I wanted to highlight the contributions of Hispanics because, like, probably not many people know that the Navarros donated over $1 million to YSU for scholarships. At the beginning of this year, another money towards a music program that allows YSU to send music students to teach for free in Youngstown. So things that are important. So I just wanted to share with the community, that there are a big number of Hispanics that we do positive things for the community.
Talking a little bit off the mic here, I found out that you are a one-man band, much like me for when it comes to video. You know, with all your teaching, when are you finding time to create all this content, to find all these people?
I read a lot. I read everything I can get, like newspapers, magazines, every bulletin board that I walk by, I read. And that's how I find stories. And sometimes just talking to people, they don't even think they have a story. And like probably, that everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story, and they know somebody else who has a story too, which is always great.
Yes.
But, you know, just looking through some of the videos, you talk about STEM, you talk about philanthropy, education, community advocacy, businesses. Anything else I'm missing, or something you're excited about that you're working on?
I just find through a conversation, someone that lives very close from me here is being an extra in several movies, even a Hallmark movie. So that I will be interviewing him pretty soon.
Do you really ever lose the journalism bug when you're a journalist? I mean, do you ever lose it, do you think? It's always a part of you.
Well, I think it's a part of me. Yeah. Sometimes, like, I used to do news, and, like, unfortunately, most of them are negative.
Yes.
So at one point, I was kind of, like, overwhelmed. Like, I mean, everything is negative, and that's what it sells. And that's when I thought, well, human interest stories, that's what I want to.
A lot of those are really evergreen. They appeal to so many people. Is there anything today that provides you with that adrenaline rush that you used to get as a journalist? Is it just trying to hit those deadlines, trying to constantly have content on your page? Is that sort of that?
Yes, I mean, the deadlines is something that people probably do not understand. I have a story, I put it together, but I need the pictures of the videos that they are going to provide me to finalize that story.
You want to match it properly,
And it's like, I mean, I need that. I mean, the show is on Sunday. It doesn't happen just like that. It takes hours. Sometimes take me 7 hours to produce a show because, I mean, it's the research to find the proper video that goes with what you're saying, the music that is the best music for what you are telling. So it can take hours to produce.
And since you started in October 2024, do you have a favorite story so far?
There is a story many stories. I fell in love with them. But one I can think of is like someone in Camel that he went back to Puerto Rico. I just found out last week. He does these miniature trucks. And everything happened in a garage in Camel. And probably not many people knew about it. But these are like each one of them a masterpiece. He was a truck driver and this as a hobby. But as a hobby, and then people from big companies around the United States start asking him to do like miniature trucks for them, but with everything. I mean, they actually, move the lights, the everything. So it was amazing.
Do you get to travel back home at all?
Not much. I used to, but now we have been lucky that my mother comes over here. So it's better because then she spends the whole summer with us, all 3 months.
Nice,
Kind
very
of
nice.
like, rather than if we go there, it's like a week. So mostly it's her coming, and thankfully she's here right now going back
Do they still
mid-September.
get a kick out of it that you're creating content still? They're able to see you or see some of your work? Do they still get a kick
You
out
know
of
what?
it?
I will tell you what my mother said when she saw the first show. She said, "That is my Paulina. That is you." And she actually misses seeing me doing that because she knew that that was my passion.
That's excellent. I mean, that's what you love to hear. Is there anything else I'm missing that you would like to say to the Hispanic community of our diocese, or where can folks find out more information or watch content on your YouTube channel?
Well, I ask everybody for support because everything I do is for free. I don't charge anybody to do advertisement of their small business or anything. So I just want the support. I need more subscribers so I can say, see here is the support of the Hispanic community. Always looking for stories. So if you think of any story, please let me know. If you think of any service, anything that you do for the community, please let me know. Like one of my stories because I have the SOMOS Youngstown with highlighting stories, but the 3:30 Informs, which is a new show, we provide about services. And one of them, just a new show, was about a ministry from St. Dominic's that visits sick people or people that cannot leave the house, pray for them and with them, pray the rosary with them. And they were just saying, we're very respectful. If the person is not Catholic, well, we're not going to pray the rosary, but we can always pray for you. And today's, I think that's something, this spiritual need that we all have, and that is a great ministry that they are doing for everybody.
Yes, amen to that. Paulina, thanks so much for your time. It's great to sit down with you. God bless you in your many ministries.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is all for this week's episode of the Catholic Echo podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, CatholicEcho.org, or your favorite podcasting platform. I'm your host, Dennis Biviano, and on behalf of the rest of our communications team, thanks for listening and have a blessed week.
The Catholic Echo podcast is a production of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Youngstown. Have a blessed day, and may God be with you.